There were not many people who understood just how broad his interests were.
And it's a huge advantage if you have somebody who can be recognised as that.
And so we literally came back from school, climbed on our...
In a move that has shaken the very foundation of the British monarchy, King Charles has done the unthinkable. He has named his sister, Princess Anne, as Queen. Not Queen Consort, not a ceremonial title, but Queen in full capacity, an appointment that no one in the royal circle or public sphere anticipated. The reaction? Shock, confusion, awe, and a tidal wave of speculation. For centuries, the line of succession has been clear-cut, almost sacred. Firstborn sons, male heirs, a legacy etched in royal bloodlines and rigid tradition. Yet, with a single declaration, Charles has rewritten the rules, and perhaps the future. Why and why now? And what does this mean for Prince William, the presumed heir? This isn't just a headline-grabbing twist. It's a calculated decision wrapped in symbolism, family tension, and decades of overlooked loyalty. But what's really happening behind palace doors? Stick around, because what you're about to discover changes everything we thought we knew about royal power. To understand the weight of Charles's decision, you have to understand the unshakable structure he just disrupted. The British monarchy has always followed a strict code of succession. Firstborn male heirs ascend the throne. That's how Queen Elizabeth came to power, only because she had no brothers. And that's how Charles became king, simply by being the Queen's eldest son. By that logic, Prince William was next in line. In fact, the entire monarchy had been shaped around the inevitability of William becoming king. His public image was groomed. His wife, Catherine, was hailed as the next queen. Even his children, George, Charlotte, and Louis, were absorbed into this royal trajectory. But then, out of nowhere, Charles made a move that defied it all. Princess Anne, long considered the invisible royal, was elevated to the highest position in the realm. A queen by appointment, not by marriage, not by inheritance, but by merit. It wasn't just unexpected. It was revolutionary. And yet, when you trace the clues, it starts to make sense. Unlike her siblings, Princess Anne never asked for the spotlight. She didn't chase cameras or headlines. She simply worked. In fact, 4 years, she's been the hardest-working royal in the family, quietly fulfilling hundreds of engagements each year, often more than Charles, William, or even the late Queen. Where others leaned into royal glamour and leaned into duty, while Charles navigated public scrutiny and William built a modern royal image and stayed the course, unwavering, uncomplaining, and utterly reliable. For decades, she was the family's backbone without the glory. And now, Charles may finally be acknowledging that. Not just as a brother, but as a monarch desperate to secure the future of an institution under threat. Because this isn't just about family. It's about survival. Princess Anne's resume is astounding, yet it's rarely celebrated. She's the patron of over 300 charities. She was the first British royal to compete in the Olympics. And she's made more public appearances in a single year than most royals make in 5. She's never courted tabloid drama. She never flinched under pressure. And perhaps most tellingly, she refused royal titles for her own children, preferring they live private, grounded lives. That decision alone signaled her values: service over status, work over titles, integrity over prestige. It's that very ethic, quiet strength, and unshakable commitment that may have convinced Charles she was the only one capable of steering the monarchy through its current storm. And make no mistake, that storm is real. From the outside, this decision looks bold, but behind the palace gates, it may have been brewing for years. Charles, now in his 70s, ascended the throne late in life. With limited time and rising public doubt, he knows the monarchy must evolve or risk irrelevance. Appointing, and isn't just about trust. It's strategy. 4-1, and is scandal-proof. In an era where the monarchy has been rocked by controversies, Prince Andrew's disgrace, Harry and Meghan's explosive exits, and stands alone untarnished. She's a symbol of stability. 2, this is a direct challenge to centuries of gender bias. For the first time, a woman is being chosen as monarch not because there were no male heirs, but because she is the best person for the job. And perhaps most critically, Charles is making a bet. A bet that Anne's integrity will restore public faith. A bet that the crown must now be earned, not inherited. But if and is rising, what happens to William? That's the question echoing through Buckingham's halls. Because William wasn't just next in line, he was the monarchy's future. The face of modern royalty. The stable, polished, relatable heir. Or so we thought. Charles's decision doesn't erase William's place in the line of succession. Legally, he's still next. But symbolically, this changes everything. Has Charles lost confidence in William's readiness? Or is he trying to protect him from a crumbling institution? The tension is palpable. William has yet to make a public statement. Insiders suggest he was blindsided. Others claim he was consulted but reluctant. Either way, this shift casts a long shadow over his future reign. Because now, for the first time in modern history, the monarchy is no longer a given, it's a choice. The reaction from the British public has been nothing short of electric. Social media is awash with praise for Anne. Headlines refer to her as the people's queen. For many, this is the first time in decades the monarchy has felt honest. Why? Because it reflects the quiet values people admire. Humility, work ethic, consistency. In a world of scandal and spectacle, she's a breath of fresh air. Polls show rising support for the decision. Royal commentators call it the smartest move Charles has made. And ordinary citizens, those who've long questioned the crown's relevance, are watching again. This isn't just a royal reshuffle. It's a cultural reset. By elevating Princess, and Charles has shattered one of the monarchy's most sacred barriers, gender. For centuries, power flowed from kings to princes. Queens existed through marriage, not merit. But now, for the first time in British history, a woman is being chosen for the throne based on capability, not bloodline. It's a message to the world, and to the next generation. What could this mean for Princess Charlotte? For future daughters of the crown? Could this decision usher in an era where leadership is about readiness, not rank? This single act redefines what royalty can be. And without asking for it, is becoming a symbol of something far greater than tradition. She's becoming the face of progress. Of course, not everyone is celebrating. Behind closed doors, the palace is reportedly in turmoil. Camilla's role is being re-evaluated. William's team is scrambling to manage public messaging. Even Harry, who once called in his favorite royal, has remained notably silent. Some insiders whisper that this could fracture already tense relationships. Others believe this was Charles's way of forcing unity through surprise. Politicians, too, are watching closely. With calls for royal reform growing louder in the Commonwealth, Charles's move may be a preemptive answer to critics demanding change. But whether this gamble pays off remains to be seen. What began as a quiet reign has exploded into a royal revolution. With Princess and poised to become queen, the monarchy is no longer clinging to tradition, it's sprinting into the unknown. Is this the beginning of a new era? Or the end of the monarchy as we once knew it? Either way, one truth is undeniable. The rulebook has been torn to shreds. And in its place stands a bold, unexpected figure, Queen Anne, ready to guide the royal family into uncertain territory. The crown has changed hands. The question is, can it survive the change? Let us know what you think. Do you support Charles's decision? Should William have been next? Or is it exactly what the monarchy needs right now? If you enjoyed this video and want to stay ahead of every royal twist and turn, make sure to like, comment, and hit that subscribe button. We've got more bombshells coming your way, and trust us, you won't want to miss what's next.